Hey everybody, welcome to the real United States, and welcome again to Meridian Hill Park here in Washington, D.C. And we are here in front of the statue of Joan of Arc. Now, this statue was, like many statues here in D.C., was actually a gift. This was a gift from l'Ancienne Société des Femmes de France. I hope I got that right. To the women of America. Now, it's approximately life-size, and of course, Joan of Arc, the Maid of Orleans, became famous towards the end of the 100 Years' War when the dethroned King Charles VII sent her to the front, and they were ultimately successful, and the siege that was taking place was lifted only 9 days later. And she became quite a heroine, I guess. Not a hero, but a heroine in France. For those of you who aren't, like, it isn't springing to mind, Joan was ultimately captured, turned over to authorities. She was tried, found guilty, and burned at the stake, burned alive, at the ripe old age of 19. So yeah, they were pretty harsh with their enemies at the time. Years later, the case was tried by the papacy, and she was, of course, exonerated of any crimes. So it was in 1430 that Joan was captured and tried, but in 1456 she was then exonerated. Now, it was sometime after her exoneration, obviously, that she was ultimately canonized and became a saint in the Roman Catholic Church to this day. So that's the short version. I don't recall who the artist is. I don't believe I have that information, but obviously very, very nice work. Joan of Arc, 1412 to 1431. And the rest is written in French, folks, and I'm afraid that I don't speak terribly good French. Actually, I don't speak any French. But anyway, it's right here in the middle of Washington, D.C. And again, like so many of these statues, it was a gift. Now, I'm sure that the placement and the everything was not a gift. But this park was already here, so relatively minor compared to the cost of the whole thing. So thank you very much to the ladies of France for your generosity. I hope this you find this interesting. It seemed to me surprising to find this French heroine in the middle of Washington, D.C. Obviously, long before our nation even was founded was when Joan was making her mark in history. So to me, it was a little surprising, but it's a beautiful statue. Now, you may notice, I'm sure some of you have noticed, that she is holding the reins with her left hand and the hilt of a sword in her right. Well, when the statue was made, she had a sword in her right hand, but the sword was stolen, broken off and stolen in 1978, and wasn't replaced until 2011. Well, sadly, again, in September of 2016, the sword was broken off and stolen again, and they're still looking for the perpetrators, and it has not, as of yet, been replaced. So if you've noticed that small missing item on this statue, that's the history of the missing sword. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this visit to the Joan of Arc statue here in Meridian Hill Park, Washington, D.C. If you got questions or comments, leave in the comments section below. I love hearing from all of you. If you're new here, hey, pick subscribe. Come along to the adventure. We got lots more to show you. And as always, thank you for watching.